Yes, we back. Show speaks. 12. We keep going and going. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, like, share, comment. It all helps the channel. It helps me reach more people, and that result to the channel growing. I have more time, more content, more information, more game, just more me, period, that I can bring to y'all. The better the channel get. But just like always, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get to you raw, uncut, how I do. And we ain't gonna hold no punches, man. I got 3 topics, and they all pretty good, you know what I'm saying? They all pretty good, just like all my other ones, man. So let's just go ahead and get into it. One of the main things in the news right now, Trey Nichols. Rest in peace to the brother. Condolences for the family. Tragic situation. Unfortunately, it's nothing new, but in this particular case, kinda, maybe, sorta. Now, we always see white officers, do low down shit, to the melanated beings, you know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, whatever the case, that's what's programmed, or that's just what we see often. Alright, now in this case particularly, this was all black. Everybody in the situation was melanated beings. So it wasn't this, like, race thing involved. Now, what they did to that young man and why, it's just sad. It's not, it's just not how we should be doing our people, regardless of what side of the fence we on, regardless of what our occupation is, or religious, just whatever. It shouldn't be nothing that separate us that bad, or just it shouldn't be nothing that make a police officer in this case want to do that to an unarmed civilian on a traffic stop. This is a traffic stop in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I'm pretty sure most, if not all of you guys have heard and or seen the video. I couldn't watch it. I didn't want to watch it. That's just me. I don't know about how you guys feel, but yeah, I just couldn't watch it. I didn't want to see that bullshit. I didn't want to see that bullshit at all. Now, just going in depth with it. It happened about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, but I say about 2. Of course, details come out, and apparently 5 officers, and them is some lame bitch ass niggas, all 5 of them. Regardless if this was a ritual, regardless if this was something Masonic, regardless if this was as real as we think it is, regardless of the situation. You know what I'm saying? So 5 officers, and allegedly Trey Nichols was I don't think he was having an affair with the man wife, but I think they were divorced and now she's moved on, and I guess Trey is who she moved on with, and the ex-husband, which is one of the cops out of the 5 that beat Trey Nichols to death. I guess he was, in a jealous rage. He a police officer. He probably ain't get no pussy anyway. So, he probably was probably. I ain't gonna say he was, and that go for all 5 of them. They probably didn't get no pussy when they was young. They probably was just some lame ass niggas in school. I don't know, but I'm just guessing, man. I'm just basing it off what I know and what I seen. Actions. You can get a conclusion based on somebody's actions. So I'ma just assume allegedly that's what type of niggas they are, cause that's what type of shit these niggas did. Like, yeah, like if you got something going on, you ain't mad at your ex-wife, bro. It's a nigga who ain't got shit going on. He a police officer, probably don't make a lot of money. Maybe the Trey Nichols did. Maybe he had a nice career, drove a decent car, probably living better than him. It had to be more to it if this was the case. But so now we know why it was so aggressive and excessive. This was, really, really like, they crossed the line so many times, so many ways. The way they talked to him, the shit they said to him, let alone the things they did to him. But like I say, one of the officers, he has an ex-wife, and Trey Nichols was in a relationship, or just they had dealings, and the officer knew about it. So I guess he called up his goons. I guess he called up his fellow officers, cause they were in this was some sort of group, clique, or just a part of the division of the Memphis Police Department, and they were called the Scorpions. I don't know if this was like a gang task force. Couldn't have been, because this wasn't a gang situation. And for you motherfuckers out there who seen this situation and the first thing you think about is a gang, y'all some lame ass, nigga hating ass motherfuckers. A gang don't got nothing to do with this shit. The only gang involved are the police. You lame ass nigga. But I'ma keep going. I just had to throw that out there. They in a division called the Scorpions. So, okay, make a long story short, I don't know what exactly the Scorpions were supposed to do, but I'm pretty sure they weren't supposed to pull over a citizen, a tax-paying citizen, in a traffic stop and beat him to death. I know that was not the goal. I know that wasn't the protocol. I know that wasn't the task at hand. This was pretty much jealousy. Pretty much just bad policing. Like, who are these motherfuckers? Allegedly 2 or 3 of the police officers were in the gang, and they joined the police force. So them niggas extra lame for that shit. Nigga, you bipolar, nigga. You don't know what the fuck you want to do. You confused. If you went from a gang to a fucking police officer, nigga. But at this point, I don't exactly know if it's true, but I have heard those rumblings. Haven't looked that up specifically myself. But I'm gonna keep going. They in a division called the Scorpions. So, okay, make a long story short, I don't know what exactly the Scorpions were supposed to do, but I'm pretty sure they weren't supposed to pull over a citizen, a tax-paying citizen, in a traffic stop and beat him to death. I know that was not the goal. I know that wasn't the protocol. I know that wasn't the task at hand. You know, this was pretty much jealousy. Pretty much just bad policing. Like, who are these motherfuckers? Allegedly, 2 or 3 of the police officers were in the gang, and they joined the police force. So them niggas extra lame for that shit. Nigga, you bipolar, nigga. You, like, you don't know what the fuck you want to do. You confused. If you went from a gang to a fucking police officer, nigga. But at this point, I don't exactly know if it's true, but I have heard those rumblings. Haven't looked that up specifically myself. But I'm gonna keep going. This wasn't like George Floyd. George Floyd situation was, in this case, I don't know, as far as the Memphis case, but I know for a fact in the George Floyd situation, that was like a psyop, a ritual, something scripted. Regardless if that's what you want to believe, that's cool, that's fine. Say what you gotta say, think what you want to think. The reaction, our reaction was real. The people around the world, that reaction was real. But the action in itself, the narrative that they pushed and centered around it, that was all scripted. So in this case, this could have very well been the case. These 5 police officers, I'm pretty sure they were Masons. Maybe they trying to get up in rank. Maybe this was just a sacrifice or a ritual that they had to partake in. I don't know. But something very, very interesting happened. As I'm watching some of the, press conferences and, just some of the stuff that they had on the news that I did pay attention to. And one of the things that really caught my attention was the Memphis police chief. She did commentary, interview, press conference, news interview. One of those. And she said this was the worst police act she's ever seen in her life. Now, when I seen that in real time, I damn near split my shit. Like, I damn near threw up in my mouth. Like, this woman has got to be lying. She has got to be out her mind. So, soon as I heard that, I had to look up who this woman is. She is a police chief in Memphis currently, and that was just an egregious statement from that woman. Egregious, totally egregious. So that made me think, okay, this is a narrative. This might be a psyop as well. This might be a scripted sacrifice as well. This might be a ritual as well. So I looked her up immediately. just, you know, from what I know, how I know to, you know, break down shit and look at shit with my, you know, third eye, like, I had to know who she is and how she got to where she's at, some of her past, just to see what, you know, where she was at with it. So I looked her up, and I'm gonna give you a rundown. Her name is CJ Davis. Police officer in Atlanta. Since like the 90s. Moved up to police chief in Atlanta. Soon after that, she was fired from police chief, and I'm gonna get into that. Then she went to North Carolina. Then from North Carolina, she is in Memphis now, police chief in Memphis. But here's a report, and here's just something on her that's very interesting. I want y'all to know. Memphis police chief covered up sex crime report. CJ Davis allegedly told, well, let me start from the beginning. Memphis police chief CJ Davis, whose officers brutally beat Trey Davis to death, had been previously fired by the Atlanta Police Department for deliberately botching a sex crime probe, according to local news outlet, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Let me keep reading. Davis was demoted from major to lieutenant, and then fired in 2008 after a city investigation found her at fault for taking no action on the case of a police sergeant's husband who ultimately pleaded guilty to a federal charge of producing child pornography. Alright, y'all hear that, right? Alright, let me keep reading. Two detectives claim Davis had ordered them not to investigate Terrell Marion Crane after police found sexual explicit images of him with underage girls. His wife, Sergeant Tanya Crane, resigned before the department could discipline her. Davis challenged her firing with Atlanta Civil Service Board and was eventually reinstated. She spent 7 more years with the department, later taking a post as police chief in Durham, North Carolina, before she was appointed Memphis' first female police chief in 2021. I pretty much gave you a rundown, you know, where she came from, a little bit about her story, and then where she got to be where she at now. Now, I don't know what's up with this pedophile shit, but it seems like if you want to make it to the top, then you just let a pedophile walk. I don't know the woman's name, but I know a similar situation. Another black woman hired by the system, of course, his fuck ass system. And Joe Biden, Jim Crow Joe Biden, who hates niggas, by the way, he appointed this woman to the Supreme Court. This was recently. Joe Biden appointed a black woman to the Supreme Court, and she also let a pedophile walk. So I don't know what's up with this pedophile shit, and why is it so, why are people getting promotions and praise for letting pedophiles walk? Something to think about. But all in all, like I say, she's the 13th well, she's the first police chief in Memphis. She was the 13th in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. Cause I did read some more other shit. But that's a ritualistic number. That's a very important number. So, you know, all that is writings on the wall of what the fuck this shit really is. And may I add, you know, these police, this is, to me, this is a police brutality, so to speak. This is a police brutality problem. It's not black on black crime. It's not nothing about gangs, this, or protesting. You know, this is pretty much police brutality, you know. Police been tripping all over the world, not just in Memphis. And basically, man, it's reasons for what they do and what we think they are, or what we perceive them to be. They're not. This is law. And if you don't know law, then you would know words that we speak on a day-to-day and words that you speak in law mean two totally different things a lot of the times. And these police, they are not protecting and serving the community or protecting and serving us. They are policy protectors, property protectors. They are here to protect policies and property. They are not here to protect and serve citizens. You know, your license is a policy. Your mortgage is a policy. Your voter's registration is a policy. Your marriage certificate is a policy, and et cetera, et cetera. These are what our police are here to do: defend, enforce, and protect policies and property. They are not here for us. They are not protecting and serving us as a people, as a citizen, as a human, as a community activist, whatever. They are not here for us. They're here to protect policies and property. Okay, your license is an agreement of that contract that you made in the jurisdiction of the territory that you reside in. Let me repeat that again. Your license is an agreement of the contract that you made in the jurisdiction of the territory that you reside in. And not just the state, it's the country that has the jurisdiction, the US of A. You know, this is a corporation, a business. They have a president, they have a vice president, a treasury, this, that, just like any corporation does. So that is exactly who the police is serving and protecting. You basically an investment, and you know, your social security your social security number is on the stock market. Your license number is pretty much the same thing. It's like a routing number to a bank. You are money to these people, and that's why they tell you put your seatbelt on. Don't drive with loud music. Don't speed. Don't text and drive. Well, they don't want you to die. Your money. You make them money. So they're gonna enforce and protect certain policies, which is their money, which is you. So if you didn't know that, you know that now. And just pretty much, man, police is just fucking well, the world as a whole, we at war, spiritual war. So, you know, as above, so below, as within, as without. And you know, this just what we going through. So like I say, Trey Nichols, man, rest in peace to you. Condolences for your family. Now, how you and how your mom and dad got on the phone with Joe Biden so fast, and then every time it's a civil case, here come Ben Crump. He's like the designated lawyer for these people for these families who watch their loved ones be pretty much murdered in the street by officers of the law. And it's, like I say, it's a bunch of rituals, scripted, and it's not what you think. But a lot of eyebrows being raised on a lot of things that I see in that situation, and more information will come out, and I'll give it as I get it.
You are now watching 702 Visions.
Shout out to y'all boys, man.
On to the next. Now, this one right here, man. Lori Harvey. What's up, love? What's up? Got you a new one, huh? Got you a new one. What's my man name? Franklin Saint. Franklin Saint. What's his real name? His real name is Damson Idris. I think he's from Britain or some shit. France or yeah, I think he's from Britain. You know, so he has an accent. He don't talk like that in real life. What you see on Snowfall. And got an accent. Now I just want to share something with y'all. Like, I know this is a big deal with Lori Harvey, and I know all the women are like, hey, she doing what she wants, she fine, she doing this. You know, they give her much praise. Each nigga she get with, praise, 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 praise. I don't know if y'all know, but like, this is business. When you see entertainers and these, you know, celebs and shit, quote unquote, they are here to, you know, I ain't gonna say entertain, but they here to generate. And you generate by attention. You get attention by doing goofy shit, stupid shit, violence, certain types of music, sex, seductiveness, action, gangs. It's all type of attention in the culture. Usually negative, positive shit don't really get a lot of attention. But nonetheless, one of the things to get you, you know, in headlines, talked about, this and that, is a hookup, a celebrity hookup. And these don't be real hookups. These be contracts. These be a mutual agreement with both parties. It be shit like that. Now, don't get me wrong, like, people are definitely hooking up and fucking and, you know, chilling and kicking it, you know. I'm pretty sure y'all know that. Y'all done heard shit about, you know, Meg Thee Stallion and this person and that person, you know. So, you know, hookups is real. But when you see two like couples, and it's like a thing where they together, they in, you know, magazines and going to games together and shit like that, that's usually contracted and it's business. Let me give you an example, okay? Lori Harvey was just with Michael B. Jordan. Now, I don't know if y'all know Michael B. Jordan or his background or um what his perception is, but Michael B. Jordan hadn't had a black girl or that black image. He hasn't had that real raw black urban image, you know. Now, he did his thing, and he do his thing in a lot of movies. And here recently, he's been one of the, you know, top guys as far as the acting. Well, Michael B. Jordan, he was dealing with white women, you know, preferably, or just not black women. You can see plenty of pictures, plenty of photos with him, with, you know, his white counterpart, his white, you know, significant other, or the person he dating is white. He's never been married that I know of, or, you know, kids and all that shit. But the person he's dating, they usually be white. All right, now that's when you trying to get up in the game and be this type of, you know, sex symbol or guy that the people are already putting on you, but you just not there yet. So your publicist, your advisors, your manager, your PR, somebody in your team, in your circle will match you up with a female or male if you are a female, and get that image, get that perception going. So when he got with Lori Harvey, instantly got the women. Now he had the women just by being like a sex symbol, played in, like I said, some good movies, especially the Killmonger and Black Panther, and he got the Creed series going on. So he was working his way towards that Denzel Will Smith route, you know, being that sex symbol guy, but he's with a white girl, and that wasn't just working. So they paired him with Lori. Boom, skyrocket. All the girls love him. He's here, he's there, he's Valentine's Day under the water. You know, it's boosted up like that. And it's no different from, you know, like any other relationship that's a celebrity type relationship. Like they're all, it's about business. It's about business. J-Lo, Ben Affleck, Diddy and J-Lo, Ari and Moneybag, Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons. I'm just naming off the top. Beyonce and Jay-Z. It's all for business. It's, you know, it's not what you think. And since he left Lori Harvey, you know, he went back to a white girl. You know, if you look it up, you know, you'll find pictures. So I don't know, based off her image or her track record, that wasn't the black girl for him. You know, he needed another type of black girl to represent him. The trajectory he's going, he's a A-list male actor, so he needs a good representation of woman to fulfill that perception. And Lori just wasn't it. I think they came to, you know, agreement. It did what it needed to do while it lasted. But that's what it is. Don't buy too much into this Frank Franklin Saint, Damson Idris, and Lori Harvey link up. She's gonna do the same thing for him. You know, he's, like I said, he's from Britain. He's not a nigga. Well, he's a nigga, but he's not like a nigga. You know, and then plus you see some little zesty photos he taking and shit. Like, I don't know. But I just want y'all to, you know that, think about that. It's business, you know, it's business. It's business for him, and she gets to be in the spotlight, socialite, headlines, so it all works out for our party.
You are now watching 702 Visions.
Shout out to y'all boys, man.
So, sticking to, you know, we're gonna stick with the celebrity shit. Now, Wendy Williams. I'm sure all y'all know Wendy Williams, or majority. You know, you heard of her. Claim to fame is like a talk show person, gossip, like, you know, The View, you know, blog. She really talks about and dishes out the dirt. Well, you know, she's made a good career out of that. Sure, she ruffled a lot of feathers in the industry, and I'm pretty sure she made some friends. Probably not a lot, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people like her. So if you've been following up on Wendy Williams, she's been having some serious complications with her health. Now, 2021, she was just fine. Show was rocking. All of that, you know, she was being the procedures Wendy Williams. Everything was business as usual. But this one particular moment changed everything for her, and this is how the system do you. When you make it to certain levels, you are not to do what you want to do. You are to do what the people who put you on that stage, the people who put you in front of the camera, the people that boost you up and make you who you are, you know, somewhat slaves to them. Or maybe slave is a bad word, but you know, y'all just, you know, they got you by the nuts. Even though she ain't got no nuts, but you get it. Alright. So 2021, Dr. Oz, she went on his show. Now we all know 2021 was a bunch of hype and hysteria about, you know, I ain't gonna say it. YouTube probably strike me or some shit. But you know what I'm talking about, that thing, and you know, that thing. And yeah, they did everything they could to get people to take it. And they not playing about that shit. They really want you to take it. Population control at its finest. But she got on Dr. Oz's show. And this is a black woman with a certain amount of influence, certain amount of people that follow her and her show. So the agenda was, hey, we trying to get the whole world to take this. So we definitely want the melanated beings to take it, because that's really who it's for. If you didn't know. For your black ass. So you won't. I ain't gonna get into all that. Okay. So once you in the system, just like Fauci, just like the governor of New York, who was spearheading this shit when it first came out, just like all of them, you know, they just like all the doctors, they have to get on board and lie to you. Point blank period. They just have to get on board and lie to the people so they can persuade them to voluntarily kill themselves. Pretty much. So, they got Wendy Williams, March 2001. Hold on, March 2021. She got on Dr. Oz's show. And she made one hell of a mistake. And the mistake was aggressively and I want to say standing on business about not taking that, you know, she stood on business. She got on there and said, nope, I'm not taking it. I don't trust it. I do not trust it. I don't even take the flu shot. That's what she said, you know. This is March 2021. So I'm pretty sure that caught Dr. Oz and everybody who was watching the program, the company, the Viacom or whatever syndicate network that was pushing Dr. Oz at the time. I'm pretty sure they flipped they shit. Dr. Oz really tried to persuade her, hey man, look at me, I took it, yada yada. And Wendy stood on business. I do not trust it. I don't, she just straight like that. Alright, we are in 2023 right now. And it's February, early February 2023 right now. But fast forward after that day, or after that moment, March 2021. By the end of 2021, she was having, I don't know which one came first, the health issues or the money issues. All right, I think the health issues came first, and which made it to where they said she wasn't competent enough to run her finances and stuff like that. And I think they took her money and eventually canceled her show. So I said all that to say this. They made an example out of Wendy Williams. They made a clear-cut example out of Wendy Williams. I don't know too many celebs like her on her level that got on national TV and denounced the and just said, fuck that shit, I don't trust it. I don't know how many people on her level, a part of the game, in the game, that actually did that. But she did that. I think Cardi spoke on it, but she spoke on it a little bit, and she kind of, I think she was saying celebrities getting paid to tell people to take the, and that wasn't too much. She cleared that up. They got at her fast, more than likely. But Wendy Williams got on national TV and just stood on business. So I'm pretty sure they did not like that. They did not like that. They wanted this black woman to get more black people to take that. That's what they wanted her. That's what she was on the show for in the first place. What would Dr. Oz want with Wendy Williams? Seriously. So when that was her task at hand, and she didn't do it. So they made a clear-cut example out of her. They, and it's sad, man. She talked bad about a lot of people business, but that's a business in itself. And she worked it and made herself to be who she was. Even though she is a part of the game, she is in the clique, she is in that, celebrity industry world, but she broke code. So they made an example out of her, man, and I just want y'all to pay attention to that. It's no coincidence what's happening to the woman, but people on the outside looking in probably don't see that. They probably don't see, oh, she went on TV and denounced the and then a year later she's having major drastic health problems, which led to her not having her money, not having access. She they took the access from her to her money or something like that, and then canceled her show. And no more Wendy Williams, and that's just how they do you if you don't stick to the narrative. And you know, that's just one example I pointed out that I wanted to share with you guys. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, you know who I is. Show Speaks 12. You know what I'm saying? District 1104, 702 Visions. If you made it all the way to the end, to this point, I appreciate you. I'm nothing without you. Please subscribe, hit that notification button, share, comment, and I'm gonna keep giving, I'm gonna keep delivering, and you know, I'm gonna keep doing what I do, man. And I hope y'all like it and enjoy it. And you know, keep tuning in. For sure. We out.
You are now watching 702 Visions.
Shout out to y'all boys, man.
I ain't hard to find. Get at me. 702 Vision. District 1104.